So Google just released Gemini 3, which is their newest and most intelligent AI model yet. Now today, I'm going to be talking to you about how you can build anything with Gemini 3 and n8n AI agents. Of course, we're not just going to be talking about it. I'm going to be showing you guys some real experiments as well. So we'll hop into n8n and actually test Gemini 3 with some hands-on demos. But before all of that, let's just do a quick overview of this massive new Gemini 3 release. So here's what we got. Gemini 3 was released today on November 18th. And yeah, I know it feels like a new foundational model is being dropped every single day, but it's currently available through the Gemini app, Google Search, Google AI Studio, and Vertex, and third-party platforms like Cursor or GitHub, Replit. And of course, you could connect it through an API, which is exactly what we're connecting it to today in our AI agents inside of n8n. Now, what makes Gemini 3 so special is that it is Google's most intelligent model, which combines all of Gemini's capabilities together. But here is what their CEO specifically has said about it. It is state-of-the-art in reasoning, built to grasp depth and nuance, whether it's perceiving the subtle clues in a creative idea or peeling apart the overlapping layers of a difficult problem. It's amazing to think that in just 2 years, AI has evolved from simply reading text and images to reading the entire room. Now, that is a pretty powerful statement. And what's cool is that Google is now shipping Gemini at the scale of Google, meaning that this is integrated directly into search on day one, which is a first for them. And now, if you have heard of Gemini, you know that there has been an evolution. So we had Gemini 1, which basically brought breakthroughs in any native multimodality in long context windows. And then Gemini 2, it laid the foundation for any agentic capabilities and advanced reasoning. Gemini 2.5 Pro, now this had actually topped the LM Arena leaderboard for over 6 months. And now we have Gemini 3, which is taking all of that and pushing it even further. Plus, they are introducing Gemini 3 Deep Think, an enhanced reasoning mode that just pushes performance even higher for any complex problems. Now, let's talk about the context window because this is huge. Gemini 3 has a 1 million context window, and that is 5 times larger than Claude Sonnet 4.5's 200,000 tokens, unless you're on their enterprise plan. So to put this into perspective, you could feed it multiple full-length books, hours of video lectures, massive code bases, entire research and paper collections all at once, and it can reason across all of that information. That is pretty insane. Now, of course, I want to show you guys the benchmarks, and I'm going to be showing you the actual data from Google's release. So let me just walk you through some of the most important benchmarks where Gemini 3 Pro is absolutely crushing it. So, state-of-the-art reasoning. Humanity's last exam, this was 37.5% without tools, and this just demonstrates PhD level reasoning. So if we compare that to Claude Sonnet 4.5, this came in at 13.7% and GPT-5 at 26.5%. Gemini 3, way ahead. GPQA Diamond, 91.9%, showing expert level scientific knowledge. Claude gets 83.4, GPT 5.1 gets 88.1. 3 Pro is the obvious clear winner here. Math Arena Apex, this is 23.4%. So this is just a new standard for any mathematical reasoning. Sonnet 4.5, this only got a 1.6%, and GPT 5.1 got a 1%. This is a huge gap. And look at this, with code execution on AIME 2025, Gemini 3 Pro hits 100%. Claude also hit 100%, but this just shows that they're both at the frontier for mathematical reasoning when actually given tools. But here is where it gets really interesting for us building AI agents. The multimodal reasoning. So Gemini 3 Pro, this was scoring an 81% in the MMMU Pro, and that is 13 percentage points higher than Claude, which was a 68%, and 5 points higher than GPT 5.1. The video MMMU, this was 87.6%, Claude was 77.8, and the latter being 80.4 from GPT. So Gemini 3 is also best in class for any video understanding. Screen Spot Pro, 72.7% for any screen understanding, where Claude gets a 36.2. GPT gets a 3.5, and this is a 2x improvement over Claude and a 20x over GPT, which is pretty crazy. So this means that when you are building agents and they need to understand images or any videos or any UI elements, Gemini 3 Pro, it is going to give you significantly better results. That's what that means. Now, for those of us specifically building agents and automations, the coding benchmarks are what are really going to matter. So Live Code Bench Pro, this was a 2,439 ELO rating. So the higher is better for competitive coding. 5.1 gets 2,000 243, and Claude has gotten a 1,418. Gemini 3 Pro obviously dominating this category. Terminal Bench 2.0. So this is a 54.2%. So this test tool uses a computer operation just through the terminal. Claude gets 42.8%. 5.1 gets 47.6. So Gemini 3, it is also better at using tools autonomously. The SWE Bench Verified 76.2. So this measures real-world coding agent capabilities. Sonnet was 4.5, and this actually leads here at 77.2. But Gemini 3 is right there with it at 76.2%. And 5.1, it's pretty close at 76.3. Lastly, we have the T2 bench. So this was 85.4% for any agentic tool use. Claude gets 84.7, GPT gets 80.2. All three, they're pretty strong, but Gemini definitely gives the edge ahead. So what this means in practice is that Gemini 3, it's exceptional at coding tasks, any tool use, and it can reliably execute any complex development workflows. Now we're just going to be covering a couple more categories. I promise we won't spend too much time within this, but it is important to cover. So this is something that is going to directly impact what we're doing with n8n, which is the long horizon planning. So this graph, it shows the vending bench 2 results where models had to manage a simulated vending machine businesses over a full year. So look at these results. So Gemini 3 Pro, this ended at $5,478. The blue line is the highest. Sonnet 4.5 ended at $3,839. This is the green line. 5.1 ended at $1,473. The orange line, and 2.5 Pro stayed flat around $573. So the light blue, and it clearly struggled. So Gemini 3 Pro, it is 42% better than Claude and 271% better than 5.1 at long horizon planning tasks. Now, the model, it maintains consistent decision-making over time without drifting off of the task. So this is going to be huge for building reliable AI agents that can handle any complex multi-step workflows that takes days or weeks or even months to complete. Now, lastly, let me just quickly show you Gemini 3 Deep Think. This is their enhanced reasoning mode, as I covered earlier, which is just pushing performance even further. So on the 3 hardest reasoning benchmarks, humanity's last exam, Deep Think was 41%, 3 Pro 37.5%, GPT 30.7, and Sonnet 4.5 being 13.7. GPQA Diamond, Gemini 3 Deep Think 93.8%, 3 Pro being 91.9, GPT 88.1, and Sonnet 4.5 83.4%. Now the Arc AGI 2 with the inclusion of tools, Gemini 3 Deep Think was 45.1%, Gemini 3 Pro was 31.1%, GPT was 17.6, and Claude Sonnet 4.5 was 13.6%. So Deep Think mode, it's basically Gemini 3 Pro spending more time thinking through all the problems, and you can see it pushes performance even higher. So it's currently being tested and will be available to Google AI Ultra subscribers soon. But the takeaway is that Gemini 3 Pro, it is leading or competitive on almost every major benchmark, with particular strengths in the multimodal understanding, the long context, factual accuracy, and the long horizon planning. So how does Gemini 3 actually revolutionize what we can build with n8n? Well, let me just break this down. Number 1 is smarter automation. So Gemini 3's expert level reasoning just means that your automations can actually think through any complex problems, and it can adapt to unexpected situations and make better decisions. And we're not just automating simple tasks anymore. I mean, we're building systems that can reason through all of the complexity. And number 2 is the true multimodal understanding. So with its state-of-the-art vision, video, and audio understanding, you could build agents that analyze video content and extract insights, even process handwritten documents in multiple different languages, and understand spatial relationships in images, process hours of audio lectures and meetings, and so much more. 3 is the massive context window. So that 1 million token context window means that you can now feed entire customer histories to your support agents and give your agent access to complete product catalogs and process entire legal documents or medical records, and even maintain context across very long conversations. And number 4 is just better tool use. So with the top scores on Terminal Bench and improved agentic capabilities, Gemini 3, it's just better at reliability using the tools that you actually give it, planning multi-step workflows, and maintaining consistency over long operations. And lastly, not drifting off task, which is obviously pretty important for us. Okay, so now let's get into n8n and show you guys how you can actually start using this new node inside of here. So we have 2 different options. Either we can be going to add a node and we can be going through Google Gemini's native node right here, or we can be using this third-party OpenRouter. Now, OpenRouter is allowing us to have access to a range of different models. So we're not just falling under the Gemini family or the Google family. This also has GPT. It also has Llama. It has all of these different ones, Mistral. It has, let's go further, DeepSeek, Claude. I mean, if it's out there, it's on here. So there's those two different options, and I'll be showing you both. Now, if you do want to be using the native Gemini node, all you're going to have to do is just go to Google's AI Studio, sign up for an account, go down to the bottom here, get your API key, and you can go ahead and create a brand new one to be using, in which you would connect that to your credentials inside of n8n. Now, if you are using OpenRouter, all you're doing, sign up for a free account, maybe add on $5 to your account, go to your API keys section, go to the keys, create an API key, and you're going to tie that into n8n. Now let's just discuss pricing very quickly. So for the Gemini 3 Pro, for this, we can see here the input, this is going to be $2 per million tokens, and this is going to be $3 per a million tokens for Anthropic. So Claude, obviously a little bit more expensive. The output, $12 per million tokens, $15 per million tokens. Also, if we would like, we can compare this with GPT as well. So let's go to GPT 5.1 and we can compare this with $1.25 per million tokens, $10 per million tokens as the output. So it is a little bit cheaper than Gemini 3 Pro. Now the max tokens for the input and the output, we have about 1 million tokens, and the max output tokens is going to be 66,000, whereas GPT 400,000 and 128,000 max output tokens. Now Gemini 3, it is competitively priced as you guys see, but the real question isn't what is cheapest. It's which model is going to give me the best results for my specific use case at the right price point. And that is why we are about to run some experiments. Okay, now for this next piece, we're just going to be putting all of these models to the test. So first off, let us start with the GPT 5.1, and we are going to be testing with no prompt, no instructions or anything, what we are going to be getting as a response to this question right here. So create an HTML styled email that reads like a professional report about the importance of AI in modern business operations, includes statistics, key benefits, and practical implementations. Let's go ahead and run this and let's see what we get. Okay, so that took about 45 seconds. As you can see, here is the output. So here is the HTML. We can open this up a little bit further. So, okay, everything looks pretty thorough, pretty sound within here. We can scroll down. I'm not going to be able to identify any issues within this just from this glance, but I'll allow you guys to take a look and see how thorough it is actually coming out. So it has, let's see how many different steps. It looks like 6 steps, and it did include a conclusion. Now let's go ahead and test out what it is going to look like if we were to use a different model. So let's just go ahead and route up OpenRouter. And let's find the Gemini. We'll scroll all the way down to the 3 Pro review, and there's likely going to be more additions released very soon into OpenRouter and within the native node inside of n8n. But now let's just run this once again. And let's repost this. Okay, now this time it came back with the complete HTML styled email template designed to function as a professional executive report. It uses responsive table-based coding. So we can see the subject line ideas, the HTML code is going to be down below. So it is a little bit more presentable and easier to digest. And this one took 41.67 seconds, 4,335 tokens. So, okay, and it also gives instructions on how to use this template. So it is a little bit more thorough and digestible, as I have mentioned. Okay, everything else looks good. Now let's just test this with 4.5 Sonnet if we were to switch that within here. Okay, we're just gonna repost this message and see how long this takes, if it's under or over 41 seconds, and if it's going to be above or below 4,355 tokens. Okay, so this just came back and finished up. So this one took the longest, about 1 minute and 13, 6,560 tokens. So about double the amount of tokens that it took, but it is pretty presentable as well. So the professional report, the strategic importance of AI in modern business operations. So here is the HTML, looks pretty good, looks nice and thorough. And let's scroll down a little bit further. Wow, this is very in-depth. So the HTML email template features, professional design elements, content highlights, technical features. So it is pretty hard to make any assumptions just based off of this, but I think Claude and also Gemini were the most thorough and provided the best answers. Gemini obviously took the least amount of time, the least amount of tokens. Claude, it was similarly a great result, but it took a lot longer and about double the tokens. So make your findings from that. Okay, now for this next piece, we are really going to be putting this context window to the test. So what we're going to do is we have taken this PDF. So this is just an owner's manual of a BMW X7. You can see it is 400 pages. It is very thorough, has a lot of different instructions and everything. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to ask each model different questions about this manual and see what it can handle and if it could come back with answers that we are looking for. Is we had created this data set. So we have 10 different questions. We have the expected answer and the actual answer. So what we're going to do is we're going to test what the model is going to come back with. So we have already ran these tests because it does take some time to run through these 10 different questions. So if we just go into the evaluation section, we can see we have 3 different evaluations. And what we have stress tested is we first have GPT, we then have Sonnet, and we also have Gemini 3. So inside of here, we have 3 different runs, which are going to be for 3 different models. So first up, we have GPT 5.1. We then have Claude Sonnet 4.5, and we have Gemini 3 Pro. So all of these different things, it ran through about 9 to 10 different test runs. So you can see all of these different 9 runs. Okay, 9 runs. So what this is doing, it's running through each different question within the spreadsheet. So what it's doing, it's basically running the model, seeing based on these questions, can it provide the actual answer, or the answer, is it going to be comparable or similar enough to this actual answer column that it has right here? So that is what it's doing. So let's just analyze some of the particular results. So Gemini 3 Pro, the correctness was about 1.44. So the closer it is to 1, the more accurate it is. Claude Sonnet 4.5, 1.44. Now GPT, this was the worst at about 1.56 out of all the 9 runs, taking the average. Now the total tokens, this is about 65,988 for Gemini, 69,766 for Claude, and about 61,015 for GPT. So when we actually put this to the test, it's pretty interesting. What we're finding is that the correctness is going to be the best between Claude and also Gemini, but it's going to take the longest for Gemini, it being one of the best ones. The tokens, it's about 1,686. 846 and 1,193 for GPT. So Gemini, it was the most expensive. So an important note with all of this, obviously I only ran about 10 evaluation questions here because I just want to keep this video moving. But for production use, you would want to run about 100 to 200 plus questions to actually get statistically significant results for yourself. And with these small sample results, it's really hard to make any assumptions based off of this data, but it is getting us within the line of Gemini 3 Pro being one of the smarter models, although it is taking the longest. So the big question, should you switch to Gemini 3 for your n8n engines? Well, you should switch if you are working with any large documents or extensive context, or if you need strong multimodal understanding like images, video, audio, or if you're building complex agentic workflows, or if you just want state-of-the-art reasoning or cost effectiveness is going to matter for large context operations. On the other hand, you could stick with your current model if you are happy with your current results and your use case, it doesn't really need large context, or if you have heavily optimized your prompts for another model, or if you just need specific features only available elsewhere. So my recommendations is to ultimately just run side-by-side evaluations using n8n's evaluation feature. Set up any identical workflows with just different models and see which one's going to perform better for your specific use case, because there's no universal best model. It really just depends on what you are building. So with that being said, I just wanted to leave you with this, is that the AI landscape, it's moving incredibly fast, and Gemini 3 is today, who knows what is gonna be next month, but the fundamentals, it ultimately remains to understand your use case and test objectively with evaluations and choose the right tool for the job and keep iterating. And with that being said, let me know down in the comments which model you guys are going to be using moving forward. Are you going to be using Gemini 3? What features are you most excited about? And also let me know which model comparison should I do next. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.